So this is my review of the Hotel Annapurna in Tenerife. Now if you want the short version of this, don't go. But if you want to know why you should go, stay tuned. So, I'm recently back from the Hotel Annapurna in Tenerife, and I wanted to give my own review of what I thought about the hotel. There is pros and there is cons, and it's either going to be a really good holiday or a really bad holiday, depending on what you're looking to get from your holiday. I really enjoyed our time over there. It was very good and it's enjoyable. So let's talk about what I liked about it. Well, let's actually talk about the hotel. So you get to the hotel and first thing people say, it looks a bit like a car park. Now, if you're used to social domestic housing in the UK, built around the same period, 60s, 70s, you will be familiar with the architecture. It looks very similar to what you'll find on a typical council estate, especially in London, and they're now Grade 2 listed buildings. So what's beautiful to one person is also ugly to someone else. It's your own personal flavour of what you like about the hotel. So you get to the hotel, it's rather large, rather grand, you walk through the door, reception staff were nice. They did require, however, a deposit for your room, which you can also use a credit or debit card. So that's just for your notes. They give you tickets to your room and off you go. And when you get to the rooms, they're very nice, very sizable, large, open spaces. You wouldn't really see that kind of room nowadays because we're more compact. So where you've got loads of room for like a settee or a sofa, a dining table, somewhere to sit, a breakfast bar, cooking facilities, you've got a balcony, you've got bedroom, bathroom, lots and lots of space. Lots and lots of space. So space-wise, the rooms were fantastic. Inside the rooms, they were slightly dated, if one is honest. Some of the decor could have done with updating, but this place is a very large place, and it would cost quite a lot of money to do all that. But I think they are gradually getting through and improving bit by bit by bit. So when you leave your room, you head down to the wonderful pool area. Now this is probably one of the biggest pools I've ever seen, and it's one of the few saltwater pools I've actually been in. This is a very, very nice pool, and it's actually a bit warmer than a normal swimming pool due to the salt water. The pool gets cleaned once a week, and it's a very enjoyable thing. You should try it out and go and enjoy it. So around the pool area, there's lots of lounges. I believe there is a charge if you want to have a plastic a plastic mat to lie on for a bit more comfort. Now, I think that's €10 a day. There is some kind of double beds as well, which you can borrow. They're €40 a day. Or of course, you can just put your towel down and pay €0 a day. You're not allowed to take the towels from the room, so you will have to take your towel on holiday with you. So what else is good about the hotel? Well, if you want a drink, simply walk through there. You'll find a bar area. The staff are very nice and very helpful. I didn't have any issues whatsoever with any of the staff over there. Everybody was always really, really nice and keen to help you. Drink selection, there's a menu on the wall. The all-inclusive starts from 10 AM and finishes at 10 PM. So in some people's minds, that finishes a little bit too early. But once again, it's all your own personal preference. Lots of selections on drinks, your usual kind of all-inclusive things. There's tea and coffee making facilities. There's soft drinks, which you can do yourself as well. And there's juices as well. So that's all kind of really good and that works really well. One of the bits I didn't quite like about that particular area was the toilet facilities. Now, obviously, I didn't go into the ladies, but in the gents, there was missing toilet seats and only one of the actual stand-up things. Probably not the nicest thing to talk about on a holiday hotel review, but I've got to put it out there because some people are very particular. And, so there we go. So, what else happens in this room? Well, there's entertainment in the evening. It's better than I thought it was. Reading the reviews, I kind of got the idea there'd be no entertainment whatsoever. But when watching back and thinking about what we did, there was lots of good shows, so you will enjoy the entertainment. I would have to give that as a positive for the hotel. Moving upstairs, we go into the dining room. Now, the dining room is very large, very grand, and very dated, unfortunately. The chairs look like they were the original chairs from the 70s. But once again, there's kind of love-hate charm here. Some people will love the fact they're still in existence, still being used, and some people would prefer something a bit more modern. But there's plenty of seating, lots of room. Food-wise, large selection, lots of stuff to pick from. Some stuff seems a bit random, but obviously we're catering for all nationalities here, not just for the British. But there is always something to eat. One tip I would give is you would go in there when it opens, because the food is a lot hotter when you get there when it first opens. Some people have complained about the temperature of the food. Basically, it's like everything. They cook the food and then, they'll replace it and replenish it when it runs out. But if it's a slow one to go down, then it will get cold as it stays on. So the tip I would say is just get there when it opens. You get yourself a nice seat. It'd be good. You'll be okay. It's much better that way. There's drink selections, wines, soft drinks and lagers. Of course, tea and coffees as you would expect anyway. Large, lovely view. You can see over the pool. You can see over the sea. It's a very nice dining room. Very large dining room, in fact. Through from the dining room, there's a disco. I didn't actually go in there, but it's meant to be very popular. You can go in there. There's no additional charge to enter, but you will have to pay for drinks, of course. So that's a bit of a nerdy way of looking at the hotel, or probably what you wanted, a proper hotel review. So, what is the hotel all about? Well, I'll give you some positives, okay? Positives of the hotel. It's a nice location from the airport. Very nice location. Positives for the hotel. Very spacious, lots of room. You're not feeling like you're hemmed in sometimes. Another positive. If you like to walk and explore, great area for walking and exploring. Seems to be kind of a big hiking boom around there. People do seem to come and walk along the beautiful walkways they have there. That was very good also. It is a nice hotel. So why does it get so many bad reviews? That's what I want to know. Because people expect far too much for their money. They don't appreciate how much things cost. That hotel is a wonderful hotel. Now, stepping back into a bit about the hotel is the ten-bel Hotel. So years and years ago, in 1960s, a guy from Belgium came over and realised that the tourism industry was growing in Tenerife. Now, there wasn't anything in Tenerife South until that hotel was built and the area around it. ten-bel area. ten-bel. Tenerife, Belgium. You don't realise all this stuff when you get to the hotel, but to the left of the hotel is a big tower called ten-bel Tower. In that tower, you could have gone up in the old days. I think the place was a bit like a Bertie Butlins if you're from the UK, or Pontins, that kind of area. There's a tower you could go up and have a look around. There's a shopping centre where people could have gone and eat and buy food and that kind of stuff. Next, there's a big abandoned building. That was the main reception. So the whole idea of the ten-bel Resort was there's accommodation for every kind of money. So if you want something cheap, there's cheap. Want something rich, there's rich. But this has all kind of been destroyed now and just kind of left abandoned. And it's really cool to go and explore. I'll chuck some pictures up there. You can walk along the original roads and see where all the old resort stuff would have been. If you like history and stuff like that, you'll find it so interesting. It's lovely to walk. It's kind of just left, a bit like an old Chernobyl or something, where, there's been a big blast and been left over. But, yeah, you can walk around, you can see the old playgrounds, you can see where the stuff was. If you look on the internet as well, there's some lovely pictures of how it was back in the heyday. But obviously that's all gone now, unfortunately. But it does make a great place to walk around and explore. And there's some lovely and interesting views to be seen as well. It's very nice. So, another perk, I forgot about this. If you like birds, I mean the feather type, it's another fantastic place to go. There seems to be birds everywhere you go. Birds, 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 birds. You can hear the birds, beautiful birds. Take your camera, there's loads of lovely pictures to be taken. You will enjoy it if you're into birds. So, that's why you should go there. Any reasons why you shouldn't go there? I'd say if you're not completely open-minded, you may kind of focus into the negatives. There is negatives there. There is negatives. But you have to remember the price point you're paying to what you're going to get. Staff are nice. The food was good. The drinks was okay. The pool was nice. There's loads and loads of pros, which outweighs the cons. So I would really enjoy it. But if you're going to go there with a negative attitude, you're probably just going to have a negative time there. You have to appreciate the hotel for what it is. You have to appreciate the hotel for what you paid. So, leaving the hotel, you get into the local town. Now, what's weird about the hotel is you walk along the town and you can pretty much see the hotel from anywhere in the town. The hotel is humongous. This is a really big hotel. Some of it now has been closed down and used as apartment buildings. I'm not sure where they're going with this with the hotel, but it's a very big hotel. The town's very quiet. There is some shops. It's nice. If you're into hustle bustle, you want a disco place, this isn't the place to go. If you've got like a family and you want to go and do loads of family attractions, this isn't really the place to go either. They'll enjoy the hotel and the pool, etc. But bar that, there's not terrible amounts for kids to do in that area. If you're a couple or some friends and you just want to go somewhere where it's nice to relax, enjoy the weather, enjoy just walking out, looking around some local shops, maybe do a bit of exploring, some walking, like say if you're into planes, you can see the planes land, that's really good. If you're into birds, that's really good. If you're into historical buildings, that's really good because there's loads of history there and it's such a grand, or was such a grand place to go and visit and walk around. I think you'll really enjoy it. There is a kids club. I did say it wasn't really good for kids. There is a kids club. I'll show you some pictures now. And I thought it looked really good. There was no complaints from the kids. Every single kid I did see there seemed to be very happy. So I'm guessing actually the kids club's pretty good there. So, yeah, cool. Right, so that's my look at the Hotel Annapurna. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, please feel free to add below. This isn't my usual style of video, if anybody is a subscriber. I didn't go there to make a video. I went there to go on holiday and kind of like fell in love with the place when I got there and the history and the charm and everything else. So then I thought, I best go and try and make a video. So it's not my usual kind of video I make. So that explains that. But I have really enjoyed it. I did enjoy my holiday. And I think if you have an open mind and you know exactly, you've listened to what I've said, and you kind of know what you're going to expect, you will enjoy it. But some people go there and they're kind of focused on the negativity and they'll just ruin the holiday and they don't have a good time. Go there with an open mind, pinch your soul, and I promise you, you'll have a good time. Anyway, thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!